Imagine persistent anxiety in 1965. A behaviorist calls it maladaptive learning. By 2005, it's a chemical imbalance. In 2025, it's systemic trauma. Same feeling, different stories. Why? Psychology hides metaphysical bets. What is a self? What's causality? These scaffolds, physicalism assuming mind equals brain, shape everything. But a crack exists. The hard problem of consciousness. Why does neural activity feel like something? This philosophical pushback fuels Edgefield's re-emergence, blending with cultural pivots driven by politics, intersectionality, and tech. We'll explore theory versus data battles, historical shifts, and 2025 contenders. Buckle up. Psychology chooses truths via method, money, and moment. Psychology's engine. Theory-driven, top-down hypotheses like Freudian narratives, versus data-driven, bottom-up patterns like spreadsheets of behaviors. Flaws. Theory risks confirmation bias. Data lacks story. 4 scaffolds. Inner meaning, psychodynamic. Behavior control, behaviorism. Info processing, cognitive. Relational embedded, systems inactivism. Methods push back. What's measurable becomes real. Pivot 1. Cognitive Revolution, 1950s-70s. Behaviorism's black box yielded to mind as computer, fueled by Chomsky and tech boom. CBT emerged, depression as code bugs, fixable via rewrite. Pivot 2. Neuroscience Revolution, 1990s-2010s. Pendulum to data, mind as brain hardware via fMRI. Pharma supercharged chemical imbalance, destigmatizing but stripping meaning. Pivot 3. Critical systems turn, 2010s now. Theory rebellion, mind in world, via politics/intersectionality/neocolonialism. Anxiety isn't just personal, it's systemic racism or cultural imperialism. Challenges. Weird, Western educated norms, reframing neurodiversity as difference, not deficit. But these pivots rest on a shaky foundation, physicalism. Science's scaffold, physicalism, everything physical, mind as brain emergence. Productive for neuroscience, but philosophers expose a gap. David Chalmers' hard problem. Easy problems map brain functions. Hard one asks why physical processes yield subjective qualia, what it feels like. No scan explains the leap from neurons to inner experience. Recent 2025 research reflects on a harder problem, splitting it into sub-issues or linking to quantum computing for consciousness models. Why matters for psych? Materialism dismisses psi or anomalous states, shapes funding toward brain chemicals. Alternatives like panpsychism, consciousness fundamental, or dual-aspect monism invite humility, open to indigenous psychologies. Strengths, reminds evidence is metaphysically shaped, encourages new data, meditative states NDEs. Limits, critics say it's untestable, risks pseudoscience, many shrink the problem via better mapping. Re-emergence of edge, psych parapsychology, interdisciplinary, neuroscience plus anthropology plus spirituality. 2025 sees PA Convention, new journals, Australian Journal of Parapsychology, collaborative futures blending quantum non-locality with psychedelics. Psychedelic research revives first-person methods. 2025 conferences, Psychedelic Science, UW-Madison Symposium, explore altered states for PTSD depression, challenging materialist dogma. AI debates draw philosophy ethics. What if consciousness isn't local? Edge stance. Curious, not credulous. Demand pre-registration, blinding adversarial collabs, multi-site replication. Interdisciplinary journals like IGIAP, 2025 issues, push this, enhancing creative problem-solving via psych-neuroscience blends. 2025 contenders win via FIT, RDoC high-top, dimensional. Data-driven biomarkers, funder-friendly but clinically complex. Symptom networks, self-reinforcing systems, handles complexity, tough for reimbursement. Predictive processing inactivism, theory unifiers, inspire integration, risk overreach. Psychedelic therapy, strong effects plus VC capital, 2025 regulatory wins, accessibility questions, AI, digital phenotyping, prediction promise, data economy risks outrun benefits, culture rewrites, cross-cultural idioms challenge weird self, neurodiversity shifts deficit to difference, politics intersectionality demand equity, neo-colonial critiques revive indigenous healing. Methods are metaphysics measured. What we count becomes belief. Open reforms, pre-reg, sharing, rebalance. Adopt pluralism, brain/person/society, curiosity without credulity. Ask, what's the bet? Whose culture? Who pays? Is mind just brain, or does psych need new metaphysics? What's science missing? Comment your metaphysical bet, materialism or beyond.